Hey, good morning, Pastor Steve here. Character study number 7 is called My Excusing Anger. The last time we looked at the passage about taking the log out of our own eye. Over in Genesis 3, 9 through 13, Adam and Eve have just blown it big time. They've just disobeyed God and eaten that wrong fruit. The Lord called to Adam and said to him, "Where art thou?" He said, "I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself." And he said, "Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?" And the man said, "The woman whom thou gavest with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." The Lord said to the woman, "What is this that thou hast done?" And the woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat." In other words, the devil made me do it. Yeah. As soon as man sinned, he began to blame somebody else. One of the effects of sin is the refusal to take responsibility for our own actions. Whoops. In an angry argument, there's often the tendency to blame the other person. But in Adam and Eve's case, God held them responsible for their action. Okay, their excuses just kind of increase their personal responsibility and their guilt. God doesn't allow us to avoid the consequences of our action by blaming other people. In fact, we're held responsible also for blaming other people. Each of us, he says, will give an account of himself to God. So don't pass judgment on another. Make your own mind. Don't put a stumbling block or obstacle in your brother's way. It says in Romans 14, 12 through 13. This is a continuation of the previous study of taking the log out of my own eye. While an incident may have occurred, no one else is to blame for your response or my response but you and I. Accepting responsibility is part and parcel of reconciling. We need to take ownership for our own wrong in issues. We need to accept the blame when we sin against other people. So ask yourself, how did I contribute to the problem? What did I do to help cause all this? How can I make myself part of the solution and not part of the problem? Blaming will only serve to keep this downward spiral going. It's useless. It'll keep you focusing from focusing on what you need to do. It'll take you further and further away from your goal, which should be to reconcile. Dwight Eisenhower said, "The search for a scapegoat is the easiest of all hunting expeditions." Another good saying I found somewhere, and I used to use it when I did lots of weddings. I don't so much anymore. If you're wrong, just admit it. If you're right, then please forget it. You ponder that.